restore. God is holy, so are we. This is day 2 of the 90-day Jam Lord, which stands for 90-day journey alongside my Lord. Let's make it very clear. This is God's story as experienced through the life of Rasheed Jeffries. Day 1, we talked about the beginnings of my life. We're continuing it in day 2. Right now, we're on a street called Fielding in Detroit, Michigan on the west side. And this is where I grew up from the age of 10 all the way up through my adolescence. And we pick it up right here from 6th grade all the way up. And I want to get out and show you the house where I grew up at and continue to show you other things about my childhood. This day we're gonna make the theme talents, skills, and abilities. We're gonna talk about a lot of those things and what the Lord had developed in me even before I knew Him. All right, so let's go ahead and walk around, shall we? Come on. Okay, so we ended off the last segment talking about where we were living before. We were at the school and telling you about what I went through in the 6th grade. We moved here in the fall of 1982. This was right after we were introduced to the man that wound up becoming our stepfather, Clark. And they bought this house. Let's take a look at this house. This is 19344 Fielding. And this is where I wound up living from 6th grade all the way through high school, my early adulthood. I even came back here later on in life. I'll tell you about that. So I want to let you know about a lot of the experiences that I had here. A whole lot of things happened on this block. A lot of things occurred. I was a kid, fun-loving kid, very athletic. I played the baritone, played basketball in the street, played foursquare out here in the street, played curb ball. That's when you use a basketball and you hit it against the curb and let it bounce back to you in the street. We also played football in the street, and that was my favorite game. I was very good at football. We're going to take you to the park that we used to play football at. But there were a lot of kids that I came to know and love, and we all grew up together on this block. We called ourselves the Fielding Boys later on in life, and I'll tell you about that as well. But it was myself and my 4 brothers. I had 3 full brothers, I had 1 stepbrother, and we all grew up here. And so I want to make sure that I cover those items, including the fact that this is where I began my rap career. I started rapping here when I was 12 years old in 1984, a couple years after we moved in. So we're going to talk about that too. But first, I want to take you to the park. Come on, let's go to the park. Okay, this is Vulturebeck Park. I know it doesn't look like much of a park, but that's because it's not anymore. It's turned into an apartment complex, and I don't know what they use it for now, but this is what we used to call our recreational place. We would come here and play baseball. We would come here and play football, and we did it almost every day. Me, my brothers, along with all of the boys from the neighborhood, we grew up here. It's no longer that park, but this was right behind our house. We could actually literally jump the fence of our house and get here. I'm going to take you to my middle school, but before that, we're gonna go to another spot, and I'll let you know about that in a second. Now this place here was a major part of my childhood. Right now, as you can see, it's called the Detroit Service Learning Academy. But back in the day, when I was coming up, it was called the YMCA. And this is where we used to come, me and the fellas, to play basketball. We hung out here, did a lot of things here, had a lot of fun here. We used to walk up here, and on the way back, stop at Dairy Queen, and come on back home. Played a lot of basketball, even though I wasn't that good at basketball. Football was my game, but had a lot of fun playing basketball. Also had a few fights here. We'll talk about that a little later. I actually had an employment stint here. I used to work here for a hot second back in the day. We're gonna proceed to my middle school. Let's go. Okay, this is Taft Middle School. It's no longer called Taft Middle School. It's called Ludington Magnet Middle School now, but when I was coming up, this was Taft Middle School. This is where I used to go to middle school at back in 1983 to 85, class of 85 at Taft. It's dismissal time right now. That's where you see all the school buses. This is how it used to look when I was here as well during dismissal time. But this is where I really dove into my rap career. I got to challenging people in rap, and we used to do it outside of the school. I actually excelled at this school. I got straight A's, which is the thing that led me to go to Cass Technical High School. Cass Technical High School is a very prestigious high school throughout the country. It's one of the top rated high schools in the country, and it's right here in Detroit, Michigan. And you have to take a test, and you have to be academically sound to go to this school, and I was that. So I went to Cass, and we're gonna go to that school. I'm gonna let you know about it. I was in the class of 89 at Cass Technical High School, and I was proud to be a technician back then. Coming into the 9th grade. What we're gonna do now is take you there. We're gonna go downtown Detroit and let you see some of the images downtown, and I'm gonna set the framework for what was my high school career at Cass Technical High School. Come on, let's go to Cass. All right, this is Garden Bowl. This is where my cousins, my brothers, and I spent a ton of time. When we were kids, my parents were in a bowling league. Look, Garden Bowl right there. Every Friday night, this is where we look forward to coming. We did a whole lot while we were here at Garden Bowl. We did a lot. We did. We played video games and football. We hung out, just kicking it, having a good time between cousins. And this was like a pastime that we look forward to every week. Garden Bowl. There's a hill back there that we used to play football on all the time. And we look forward to it. And that's when I honed my skills, my football skills. I was real good at football. And this is one of the spots where I used to look forward to coming to play and hang out with my cousins. So it was a very fun time back then when I had an opportunity to express myself with my talents and abilities and show forth my athleticism. So we're gonna continue on this journey as we show you other places. See you in a minute. Okay, here we go. Downtown Detroit, Michigan. This is where I grew up. That's the Riverside Center right there. It's Canada over there. Caesars Palace. You Detroiters recognize these sites. What is this? Quick quiz. Too late. Hart Plaza. Hung out there quite often. As a kid, I'm right here in the heart of downtown Detroit. The world famous Joe Louis Fist. Oh yes, this is my stomping ground as a kid. See Cobo Arena, the distance. I'm on Woodward. Hey, take me. We used to come here to catch the bus from Cass to our respective locations. Cass Tech. When I was going there, that wasn't here. That's called the People Mover. Stands. A stretch of almost 3 miles throughout downtown Detroit, taking you to popular destinations. A transit system that wasn't here. There it is right there. Now, this wasn't there when I started high school back in 1985. It came a couple of years later. Familiar with this fella right here? Spirit of Detroit. This is my home. Downtown Detroit. I'm at the Coleman A. Young Municipal Center, which used to be simply called City County. Detroit, Michigan. I'm about to go to Cass Technical High School in a minute, but these are just some sights for you to understand where I represent the D. All right, this is Greektown Casino right here. The reason why I'm showing you this is because it used to be called a place called Trapper's Alley. That's where we used to hang out. One of the main places we used to hang out over at Cass. It's on Bovian and Monroe. Greektown Casino. It's a big casino downtown Detroit right now. It was Trapper's Alley. It's a nice little mall. It's real quaint. Real nice to hang out at. Cass Technicians, high schoolers. Skip it downtown. Come in here to hang out. And don't let me forget, that's the world famous Greektown. It's a whole strip of block. It's full of restaurants and nice places to eat. A lot of you may recognize this place here. It's Fishbone. Oh yes. And as we are on our way to Cass, we pass by in the horizon the home of the Detroit Lions, my favorite team, Ford Field. This also wasn't here back when I was at Cass, but this is a monumental attraction. Okay, that is Comerica Park, which is right behind Ford Field, the home of the Detroit Tigers. It used to be Tiger Stadium. Well, that's not the location. That's not the location of Tiger Stadium. You see the Tigers up top? Up higher. Over there. Yeah, Tigers. We're still on our way to Cass, but I just wanted to hit these spots. Here's the Fox Theater right here. The world famous Fox Theater we're approaching as we are on our way to Cass Technical High School. All right, this is Cass Tech. Behold, once again, a vacant lot. My school was torn down years ago. If you look over here, you see the new building that they built right next door to where the old building was. But I don't really have history there. I don't have history there at all. My history is in the vacant lot where the building used to be that I attended high school from 85 to 88 because I got kicked out in 88. This pole right here was where I used to catch the bus, Hamilton bus stop right here. Took me all the way across town back home. This is where I started skipping school. Wasn't going to class. Was experiencing some craziness in my life and lost my focus academically. I had a 3.5 in the 10th grade, and my grade point average plummeted from there. And so I finally, skipping so much, wound up getting into a fight, got kicked out of Cass. But I remember we used to come out here all the time, going downtown, skipping class, going to McDonald's, going to those places that we just showed you, the places that were there back in 85 through 88. And we used to have rap battles. I used to beatbox when I was at Cass. I was a beatbox, and I was a rapper. And we used to battle MCs from all over the city. They used to hear about us and come to Cass to battle us. I don't think we ever lost. But that's when my rapping career really took off. That's when I really got started. When I was right here at Cass Technical High School. These were some real good times. But these were the beginning of some real crazy times. Some things happened here that launched me into a lifestyle, a pattern of living, of negativity. And so it started here, but it continued for the next few years of my life. And we're gonna show you about that right now. Let's go. So there you have it. My adolescence, my talents, my skills, my abilities. This is when God had really started to show me who I was from a talent standpoint. And I lived it out on these streets. So we're gonna conclude day 2 of this journey alongside my Lord. And then we're gonna pick it up tomorrow as we talk about things that happened that caused my adolescence to make a flip and turn sour. Okay, then things started to go down a bad road. So remember, restore. God is holy, so are we. We'll see you in day 3.